Underground pantries, Amish secrets, forgotten by modern times. When the power goes out for a few hours, our refrigerators become useless boxes, and we panic as if facing the end of the world. Meanwhile, Amish families store food for months in the ground, without a single watt of electricity, using methods that keep vegetables fresher than any modern refrigerator. The irony is that we've forgotten what our great-grandmothers knew. The earth as a refrigerator. Amish root cellars aren't just holes in the ground. They're architectural masterpieces, designed with such precision that the temperature inside remains between 4 and 5 degrees Celsius year-round. They dig to a depth of 2 meters, where the ground never freezes or warms. The walls are made of stone or concrete, and the ventilation is meticulously designed. Air enters from below and exits from above, creating natural circulation. The main difference from a regular basement is that a root cellar is completely separate from the living space. Heat from the stove doesn't penetrate, and there's no humidity from laundry. It's a separate microcosm, where a perfect balance of moisture and cold reigns. The art of storing root. Vegetables, carrots, beets, and turnips are placed in layers in boxes filled with damp sand. 2 centimeters of sand, 1 layer of vegetables. They shouldn't touch each other. Then another 2 centimeters of sand. This isn't just storage. It's a dance with nature. The vegetables aren't washed before storing. The soil on them acts as protection, a shield against spoilage. The tops are cut off completely. Otherwise, they will suck moisture from the roots, like a vampire. In February, when there's still snow outside, carrots pulled from the sand are as crisp as the day they were harvested. Potatoes and onions. The science of drying potatoes are laid out in a single layer in a cool, dark place for 2 weeks. During this time, the peel thickens, and the micro cracks from digging heal. This is like hardening off the vegetables. Onions are dried in a warm, drafty place until their skins become like parchment. Finished onions should rustle when touched. If any moisture remains, rot is inevitable. The difference between dried and undried vegetables is enormous. The former last until the next harvest. The latter rot within weeks. Apples, each other's enemies. Each apple is wrapped in newspaper or laid separately in straw, because apples are traitors. They emit ethylene, a gas that causes neighboring fruits to ripen and rot faster. One spoiled apple can truly ruin the entire harvest. Only late-ripening varieties with thick skins are suitable for storage. Granny Smith and Winsop. Early apples are eaten fresh. They simply don't keep well. Damaged fruit goes into compote or jam, not into the cellar. The apples are checked weekly, removing any suspect specimens. In March, before the snow melts, they eat apples that are incomparable in taste and freshness to those from the store, which have been sitting on shelves for months after harvest. Cabbage that lives the strangest, yet most ingenious method. Cabbage is uprooted and hung upside down in the cellar. The plant continues to live, feeding through the roots, and remains fresh for 5 to 6 months. When you need cabbage for dinner, you simply cut off what you need, and the rest continues to grow in the dark. The same is done with celery and Brussels sprouts. This isn't just storage, it's miniature agriculture. Dairy magic. Fresh milk spoils within hours. Therefore, the Amish process it immediately. Butter, cheese, and fermented milk products. The butter is salted so heavily that it ages for months. The cheese matures in a cool cellar, developing a complex flavor. Milk is cooled in a spring house, a structure over a stream where cold water circulates around the containers. No electricity, just physics and gravity. Canning. Industry in the home. Summer in Amish homes is a hive of activity. Several canners operate simultaneously. Tomatoes in various shapes, green peas, corn at their peak, meat, soups. Each can is labeled and dated. Old cans are used first. It's not just food, it's safety. They know what's inside, free of preservatives and chemicals. The taste of a wine-ripe tomato, processed on the day of harvest, cannot be compared to commercially canned goods. Meat without refrigeration. Slaughter takes place in late fall when the weather is cold. Meat is rubbed with salt or kept in brine for weeks. Then it's smoked. Salt and smoke are ancient preservatives that work better than we think. The meat hangs in a cool cellar for months, protected from bacteria by salt and smoke. Dried foods. Lightness and eternity. Apple slices, beans, corn, herbs. Anything that's completely dried can last for years. Bacteria need moisture. Without it, they simply can't survive. Corn is dried on the cob, then the kernels are removed and stored in glass jars. Apples become light snacks and pie ingredients. Fermentation. Microbes, as helpers, sauerkraut, and pickled vegetables aren't just canning, they're alchemy. Beneficial bacteria create an acidic environment where harmful microbes can't survive. At the same time, the food becomes healthier and new flavors develop. Vegetables are salted, completely submerged in brine, and nature does its work. The point is, the Amish don't fear winter. They prepare for it in the spring, work all summer and fall, and when the cold weather arrives, their cellars are full of life and variety. They've forgotten more about food preservation than we'll ever know. And maybe it's time we remembered